Hello, students. Welcome back to our online class. So, as you see in the slides, I want to grab your attentions because so many students are lacking, they are avoiding political science class. But also, I'm putting an extra effort to make you understand and attend my class sincerely. So today I will be starting about like a new chapter, that is Constitution. So this is one of the most important chapter in political science, because if we know the constitution of every our country, other country, that will be very much easy. So this chapter marks your foundation of understanding different sophisticated terms in political science. So let's begin. So this is just to make you smile, because political science class is like a very boring class, but also let's study a bit. So the thing is that in my class we do our best and support one another as we learn together. So I'm making this ppt for you, this video for you. So it's your duty to send your work up to date to me as we are learning together. So let's begin. Constitution. In this chapter we will be like, in particular, this particular video, we will be discussing about constitution, meaning of constitution, difference between meaning and definition, and nature and features of the constitution. So I have already circulated a revised and reduced syllabus of political science. Kindly follow it and mark whatever the thing I am teaching out in this class, in this video. Okay, let's proceed further. So what is constitution? What is constitution? Basically, in my teaching career, I have heard the simple answer that it's a rule book. Yes, it's a rule book, and it is okay, that answer is correct, but we have to be very specific in writing our answers. So if you write it's a rule book, you'll not get marks. It's just a simple term, but you need to write it very clearly with using the fundamental concepts and keywords. Okay, so in simple language, what is constitution? In simple language, we can understand it is a fundamental law of land. Fundamental law of land, this becomes your keyword. So what is constitution? Constitution is a fundamental law of land. It is a set of rules and regulations. It is a set of rules and regulation. So first thing is, it is a fundamental law of land, and it has a set of rules and regulations. These rules according to which a country is governed, according to which a country is governed. Supreme, like it is a fundamental law of land. That law of land means every individual, every citizen, irrespective of caste, color, creed, gender, sex, etc., we have to follow a law prescribed by the country. And in that, and that law is also considered as there will be set of rules that we need to follow. These rules are there because this with these rules only a country is governed. So it's very simple. Constitution is like a fundamental law of land. It is a set of rules and regulations, and that rules, with that help, with according to that rules, a country is governed. So moving to the next slide. So this is the same continuation of the previous slide. Constitution is the law of each state. So constitution is the law of each state. So what kind of law we are talking about? What type of law? Law, supreme law. Why? Nobody is like beyond the law. We need to abide the law. It's a universal, and each and every person have to abide a law. So therefore the constitution is a supreme law of each state. Constitution is a supreme law of each state that we need to follow. Now moving to the next slide. So we are talking about the term state, right? and we always talk about state. So as a topic itself says that no confusion with the concept of state. No confusion, don't be confused with the term state. So let me clear about the concepts of state. So in political term, what in a political term we call country as a state. So be clear, in a political term we call country as a state. So in class 11 you have already discussed about the state and its element. So I will just recapitulate what are the elements of the state. That is, number 1 is population, number 2 is territory, number 3 is government, and number 4 is sovereignty. So if a state means a country, if a country has these four elements, then it is called a state. So I guess now the concept of state is clear. So coming to the main point, the constitution lays down rules. So I'm all in from the beginning of my class I'm talking about the rules. The rules for what? Rules regarding organization, powers and functions of whom? Government. So the thing is that the constitution lays down different kinds of rules regarding what how the organization should be function, what are the powers distributed among legislative, executive, judiciary, and different branches of the government, and what are the functions of particular organs of the government. So these are the things that the constitution describes. Now moving to the next topic, like next point, that it also which it is considered as constitution also defines the basic feature of state and relationship between state between citizen and state. So what does it implies, like it gives like state its relationship between citizen and state. So or everything revolves around four elements, that is population, territory, sovereignty and government. So here also we are talking about citizens like is a synonym of population. So we are talking about state and relationship between whom? Citizen and the state. So now I want to clear the genuine genuine confusion between definition and meaning. So definition, I want to clear what is definition. Definition is given by a writer or a political philosopher that cannot be changed. So definition cannot be changed because it is given by certain political philosopher or a writer. So we need to exactly understand or exactly address that definition. So I want to cite an example given by Dicey. So definition of constitution by Dicey: the constitution is a state consist of all okay, I'm out here. State consists of, okay, this one is double typed. So the constitution of state consists of all rules which directly or indirectly affect, directly or indirectly, oh my god, two times, like directly or indirectly affect the distribution of exercises of issues or of a sovereign power in a state, of a sovereign power of a state. So we are talking about, like Dicey says, the constitution of state consists of all rules which are directly and indirectly affect the distribution of exercises of sovereign power of the state. So this one is a meaning given by the Dicey. So it cannot be changed. So definition should be exactly written whenever we write or we quote this definition. So now I'll clear it out. This is the definition. Now, this definition is given by Dicey and we cannot change the quote. And in his name, we cannot give our own definition. So, in his name, like according to Dicey, constitution is like adding more things, etc., etc. But we should not give those kind of definition, but we have to write exactly about whatever that political philosophers or thinkers has given, so it cannot be changed. In your book there are numerous definitions by various political thinkers or philosophers. In my book it is in page number 81. Now kindly turn to that page 81 and see there are so many other definition given by Hufley or Adam Gilchrist, etc. So now we are talking about this definition. Okay, now this definition also has an outcome. So what we get, what is the outcome? The outcome is that ultimately we get the meaning of constitution or other important concepts regarding having a definition of different concepts. So ultimately then only we'll get the meaning of constitution. So whenever the meaning, like whenever the questions come like define constitution, you need to quote somebody. But if the question is write a meaning of a constitution, you can make by yourself on your understanding. Now what does constitution describes? This is one of the other main point, nature and features. We are talking about nature and feature. So now constitution, it means constitution. Constitution describes and legally prescribes. This will be your larger umbrella. So under this larger umbrella we need to understand that constitution describes and legally prescribes the organization and powers of the government. Number one, it describes and legally prescribes the organization and powers of the government. Number two, it means constitution. Constitution describes and legally prescribes the principles and rules for the governing struggle for power in the state. So what does this mean? So if there are in a country there are many states, so there it says that there should not arise any conflict on the basis of power. The main target is to make the administrative process very easy, as the constitution gives them the power. And if the constitution has provided power, power should not be misused, or there should not arise any conflict between the shared powers holders. Now I guess this one is clear. Now let's go to the third one. It describes and legally prescribes the relationship between the people and the government. The constitution describes and legally prescribes the relation between the people and the government. Now let's talk about the fourth one, that is constitution describes and legally prescribes rights and the duties of the people. So in my previous classes I have talked about fundamental rights as well as fundamental duties. I guess some of you may know the things regarding fundamental rights and fundamental duty. So constitution describes and legally prescribes the rights and the duties of the people. So this is just a nature and a feature, so you need to like this much is enough for writing. If someone or in question comes, write down the feature or nature, you can use that in a vice versa. Now this is this much for today. So next topic we will be discussing about kinds of constitution, which is in your syllabus. So in that we will be understanding written and unwritten constitution, rigid and flexible constitution, and enacted and evolved constitution. So we will be discussing in this in the next video or next online class. Now thanks for listening and see you in the next online virtual class. And please make your note, then only you will learn something. So in this pandemic, learn something and make use, like I'm making this video so that you can rewind and see every time. So kindly do compile your notes and solve questions also. Till then, stay safe and take care. See you in the next class or next online video class. Take care and stay safe.